Hi everyone, David Lomman here. And today I want to talk about happiness. This is day 18 of 19-day program, so we've got one more day to go, which is tomorrow. And today it's about spiritual pursuit of happiness. And what does that mean? Well, the spiritual pursuit is really, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right things to help me find happiness? If happiness is my goal, if joy, happiness, bliss, if that's my goal, if that's what I want, then it's important that I let go of anything which isn't that. So, and to do that, the question I ask myself is, do I have a plan? Do I have any way of getting there? And that's what I find with a lot of clients that come to me. They don't have a plan. Their plan is to go and see someone, this guru, that guru, another person here, another person there, but no standard process or plan to help them find what it is they're after. And the joy of what I work with is that we can put a plan in place through working systematically, through going through a program, through doing something progressively. A plan can be put in place that can help you achieve happiness. Because the only thing stopping happiness is what you haven't let go of. It's what's holding you back. It's those things we talked about. It's the other things. It's the things which have compromised your life, which have stopped you being adventurous, stopped you reaching out, stopped you talking up, stopped you basically being who you are. Because my belief is that, and whether it's a belief or whether it's what I know, is that everyone can achieve happiness if they make it their goal. Now, how do you do that? Well, that's the bit that you've got to work at. Because if you're holding on to stuff, if you're holding on to anger or bitterness or hatred or fear even, or you're anxious or you're depressed or you've had an old trauma that you haven't let go of, which is causing repercussions throughout your physical body, then it's very difficult to have anything more than fleeting glimpses of happiness. If you want happiness, it's about putting a plan in place. It's about setting a goal and saying, I've got this goal. My goal is happiness. My goal is purpose. My goal is finding out what I'm here for. Why am I on earth? What do I get born for? What's my path? What's my reason for living and existing? And the problem is, too many people never get to that stage. Too many people get stuck back there. They get stuck back there with old conflicts. They get stuck back there with sibling rivalries. They get stuck back there with sexual abuse. They get stuck back there with things that happen to them which cause them to stay stuck. And then, because they are not able to be happy, they blame themselves. Now, if you're blaming yourself for anything, there are ways you can let that go. If you're holding on to fear of anything, there's ways in which you can let that go. If you're holding on to bitterness towards others, there are ways in which you can let that go. There is nothing you can't overcome with the right guidance, with the right support, with the right direction. So the spiritual pursuit of happiness is my goal. The spiritual pursuit of unity is my goal. Now that doesn't mean unity with someone else. That means unity within myself. Unity at a level that I've only experienced rarely in my life, but which I constantly strive towards, which I'm moving towards because I let go of other things. And as I let go of something, and I teach my clients to let go of something, the clients can get closer to what they want. Because if I'm holding something, that is going to impinge on my ability to be happy. And I know that. I'm a practitioner. I do counseling. I work with people. I help them. I help them go back through their past and clean it all up so they don't have to live there anymore. Because that's not where we're supposed to be living. We're not supposed to be living there in our past. We're supposed to be living here in the present moment. Sitting on the balcony in the morning, going for a bike ride, going for a walk, smiling at people. So many times when I go for a walk early in the morning, I'm looking at people looking at their phones, looking down at the path that they're walking on, not raising their eyes, not looking at me, whereas I'm looking at them and I'm saying, good morning, good morning, good morning. And to me, it is a good morning. And it's a good morning any morning. Because while I've got breath, it's a good morning. And it doesn't matter what the challenge is. The challenge is the challenge. The challenge is there to be overcome. The challenge is there to be worked through. And how can you work through it if you don't have a plan? How can you work through it if you don't have a goal? So if you want happiness, here at Aussie Blokes Talk, we've got a plan for you. We've got a plan that can help you achieve it. We can help you with your physical health. We can help you with your mental health. We can help you with your emotional health. And we can help you with your spiritual health. We don't disregard anything. We look at all things. We look at the way in which your life has unfolded and say, how can you come to terms with that? We look at your karma, your karmic life. We look at whether you're carrying something over from another time. We look at what is happening within you with your energy. What are you holding? Are you holding a pain in your chest, a pressure in your chest? Are you holding a pain in your gut, a pressure in your gut? Are you holding tension in your shoulders and your neck? Then we have processes to help you release that. Is your mind just going around and around? We've got a process to help you release that. It doesn't matter what the problem is that you present. What matters is, how far are you willing to go in the pursuit of happiness? How far are you willing to go in the pursuit of health, in the pursuit of love, in the pursuit of joy, in the pursuit of bliss? The truth is, it's going to be difficult to get there unless you've got a plan. Unless you say, I want to have this goal. I've got this goal. And this is my goal. This is what I want for myself. I want this. Because when you don't want, you might be there at a level of contentment. So contentment's there. Happiness is here. There's contentment. Here's happiness. And here's joy. And here's bliss. Right now, in between that is probably love. What's important, though, is to recognize that down here, below happiness and below contentment, is articles of misery, bits of the past, bits of the present that you haven't let go of yet. Are you still hung up on your ex? Are you still worried about what the kids are going to do? Are you still focused on what's wrong in your life? Because if you're giving energy to those things, then happiness can only occupy a certain part of your life. The part you're not giving energy to those things about. Because whatever is underneath happiness are the things that are stopping you from achieving happiness. And as you let those things go, the happiness that is already inside of you is able to shine out. The bliss, the joy, the freedom to love is already inside of you. It's always been there. We had it as children. We had it for our mother. We had it for when we were picked up for the very first time and loved and felt loved. We've always had it. The difficulty is that it was often neglected in the early stages. Most of us have dysfunctional parents, you know, because no parent can give a child what a child wants. And if the child wants 24/7 love, they can't have it. They cannot have it. No child can have 24/7 love. Because the parents, our parents, my parents, your parents, had to go on and work. They had to go on and do other things. They had to have time for themselves. And every time a baby cries, every time a baby doesn't get its needs met immediately, that's a moment of unhappiness for the baby. That's why it cries. It wants attention. It wants to be picked up. It wants its nappy changed. It's tired. It needs to go to sleep. All those things start that chain reaction of I'm not loved. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. You know, in the spiritual pursuit of happiness, it's important to go back and clear all of that. Let it go. It doesn't have to impact your life now. Your life now is now. Everything you bring in from the past, everything you bring forward into your present moment is either going to add to your happiness or subtract from your happiness. And if you're stuck, you need a plan. You need a goal. You need a plan. You need a way of recognizing your own worth, your self-worth, your belief in yourself, your belief that the plan is achievable. And there's a thing called the hero's journey, written about by a guy called Joseph Campbell. And the hero's journey is our journey. It's my journey, your journey, everybody's journey. And it's a journey to find ourselves. It's a journey to find our true value, our true worth, our true sense of purpose, our true knowing of who I am. And if you want that, you can have it. You just got to go on a journey. You've got to go on the journey of the spiritual warrior, the journey of spiritual pursuit, the journey of finding out how to love yourself, the journey of finding out how to let all that stuff go. Just let it go. Little easier said than done. Takes a while, but can happen quickly. So here's my promise. You can start to turn your life around in less than 30 days. With the programs we have at Aussie Blokes Talk, you can start to turn your life around in less than 30 days. How many days have you been going to a psychologist, psychiatrist, doctors? How many days have you been already on a journey to help yourself to heal, to bring value back to your life, to help you in all different sorts of ways? How many days has that been going on? How many days have you been criticizing yourself? How many days have you been stuck, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to do it? You know, I spent 30 years researching what to do and how to do it. And the person I practiced on was me. I practiced on me. I did it first. Then I took the information, I took the skill that I learned, and I used that skill to help others. And if you want that help, if you want help on your spiritual pursuit for happiness, for joy, for love, for acceptance, for self-worth, then here at Aussie Blokes Talk, we're here to help you. So we're coming to the end of these sessions. 19 days of understanding what's stopping you from being happy. 19 days, we're up to day 18. This is day 18. One more day. When we reach day 19, What are you going to do? What are you going to do? If you want happiness, if you're on the spiritual pursuit of happiness, and you might look for it in church, you might look for it in nature, you might look for it in your family, you might be looking for it anywhere except where it really resides. It's in you. It's in me. Your happiness is in you. There's a thing called karma. Don't know if you've heard of it or not, but karma is about action. Karma is about, I've got this stuff going on, what am I going to do about it? I've got this feeling of misery within me, what am I going to do about it? I've got this feeling of unhappiness within me, what am I going to do about it? Well, karma has come from somewhere. Everything comes from somewhere. Everything has a cause. Everything has a reason for its existence. And karma is like a pendulum. And on this side of the pendulum, there's happiness, there's joy, there's love, there's bliss. And on the other side of the pendulum, there's all the hurt, the pain, the struggle, all those sort of things. And on this side of the pendulum, there's the ability to know your own value, your own self-worth. And if you go too far that way, you can become narcissistic, you can become pig-headed, you can become too much aware of your self-worth. And then you can become passive-aggressive and you can lash out and not even know why you did it.